the corn grow? The call of coyote? The yip of fox? Do the massed pebbles at the edge of the water chitter as a wave recedes? If any of these pertain, it is time to trust. These clues announce that you have arrived at the right place. Old crow, old crone. The mind is a driven bird that rakes forest droppings to find the necessary for the nest. Repository of creation, and yet itself an act of creation, the nest is both the end product and the raison d'etre of this frantic search for dead and dying bits of trees. For my part, I offer brightly colored lengths of yarn, cut long enough to use and short enough to carry, for any bird making a nest to cradle what is coming next. Old crone and crow together, make space for what will be, feathering the nest with soft bits of gifts from sheep. Created nest will hold creation. Early morning moon. I stand by the bedroom window this morning, pulling on a sweater, expecting nothing, because seldom do I see at 6:36 the moon in any guise. So imagine my surprise when there she lies above the neighbor's leafing oak. A tiny thing today, a sliver on the way to nothing, a not silver sliver that rose late and has traversed hardly half the sky by this morning hour. The tardy sliver's stark curve, precise, clear-cut, pulls me to it. Nevertheless, being human and in a hurry, I turn away to find a sock, a shoe, a moment only, I promise you, and when I return to fill my eyes again with pale gold curve carved into my sky, she is gone. Morning light has obliterated, for now, the one thing sweet enough to awaken my heart today. Lovely lilacs. What's so lovely about lilacs in bloom is their everywhereness. A poet's lilacs, the Indiana lilacs of the child me, lilacs in Tennessee around the foundations of old farmhouses, lilacs in this morning's laneway, both purple ones and white, growing so tall above the brick wall that they were unavailable for a sniff. Some people stop and smell the roses, but me, it's nose-level lilacs that I find irresistible. Lilacs all along someone's back fence or lining the sidewalk on the way to the campus. Gather ye lilacs while ye may. That's not all I have to say about lilacs. I almost bought a lilac bush this year. I was looking for a replacement for the viburnum that gave up the ghost during winter's snows. I looked and looked at lilac bushes, but I couldn't make a decision. If I planted a lilac in that same spot, creating forever a dream of lilacs at the corner of my house, and if that lilac bush died, and it might, for who knows why the viburnum failed to thrive, then I would feel the loss too strongly to survive. I myself would die from lilac yearning. Besides, how could I choose the appropriate lilac? What I really want is an old variety, a true lilac smell, not one labeled spicy or extra sweet. What I really want is for someone to have planted a lilac bush 40 years ago at the corner of my house. I resign myself to the fact that it's too late now for me to start anew with my own lilac bush. I'll just continue to stop and sniff every lilac I come across. White coral bells. I rip them out at least twice a year. They encroach on everything. Like most of the invasive plants that make up